Hello, and welcome. Let me get me back on screen here, bro. We caught that last minute countdown, and everything went live. How are you doing this evening, everyone? My name is Laney Shaughnessy, and I am joined with Burl Tishner, the owner of Digital Wood Carver. And we are looking forward to having a nice show tonight to talk with you about the upcoming things that are happening with Digital Wood Carver, what's been happening with Digital Wood Carver, and just kind of reconnect with everybody. Bro, it's been a long time since we've done a live event.
It has been a long time. Excited to actually do this again. We thought about not too long ago with some of the show stuff. We'll be talking about that first thing, but let's do a live event again. And it's been a while, so good to get those cameras and lenses dusted off and get back out here and to the people. So hopefully we got exciting news, information, different things that, like Laney was saying, some of the stuff that's going on, some new stuff we've got, and some exciting news on some specials and stuff.
Absolutely. And I want to welcome, hey, Charlie Hall and Mr. Bolds, Michael Tischler, long time no see. How are you doing? And Ronnie Probert, how are you? The chat, ladies and gentlemen, is wide open for questions and answers, whether you're viewing us from our Facebook page, our Digital Wood Carver Facebook page, or our Digital Wood Carver YouTube channel. Be sure to, if you're logged in on YouTube, then you can participate in the live chat. And then in Facebook, your comments should pop up as well if everything is going according to plan. Bro, it's been an interesting time. You know, back when hate to even say it, back in the COVID days and everything, you and I started doing live events, and we started talking about things, and kind of it was really a great way to connect with a larger audience than what we would normally do when we did the shows and all. And it's fun to kind of revisit that, because we have been doing shows. Once again, we've been out on the road traveling around, and the shows that we have been doing all the way from the Woodsman's Field days to the woodworking shows to I think we have some new ones coming up that we're going to be talking about a little bit later. But it's been a really good time, and now here we are. I hate to say it, we were interrupted a little bit on our show season with the woodworking shows and all. So I'll let you kind of cap on that a little bit. But we were doing a little tour with the woodworking shows, and we didn't get to finish the last 3 shows. So Burl and I thought, hey, let's get out in front of everybody and show them what we got. And so everyone, thank you for joining us, because this is right now, as of today, the way we can see you all. Yeah. So, well, anything to add to that, Burl?
Sure. I certainly don't miss everything that come with the reason we had to do the live events a few years ago. It's always nice to get back out and actually see people. We were doing, we started out, Terry and I did the Baltimore show, had a little bit of weather issues there. It was a good show. Got to see a lot of customers. Just each one of our shows have been, as far as customer representation, customers coming out, and we really enjoy that time. So many times we get stuck, and I'm actually out in our shop right now, get stuck here in the office, and we get a with them, and all the shows we're doing there, and then come more to the Midwest and had some really good shows. And I think most of you, if you've been out to the woodworking shows, you've realized they've struggled a little bit vendor wise, and getting the people out and traction. So, but we were doing actually, as far as Digital Wood Carver, we were doing well. We did, like I say, Columbus, Indy. Then we hit up to, we did Atlanta.
We did. I did. I got to do Atlanta with you all
first. And then did they do Milwaukee? Anyhow, I get the exact dates. Terry did that one, Milwaukee, and then they did a St. Louis. And actually, we did fairly well in Atlanta. Had good crowds and had some good sales. And Milwaukee was really good. And Terry did decent down in St. Louis. So we was expecting to have a good end. And definitely down to Tampa, had a lot of customers volunteering and had some product and stuff. And the show, the way I understand, and this is just secondhand knowledge, some big vendors or big trainers had backed out, and that was kind of what caused.
Yeah.
So anyhow, they canceled the last 3 shows, but in doing that, at the end we'll talk about some things that we're going to do. No matter that they canceled it, we're still going to try to get out and do some things. So we got one that we're really excited. We hadn't went down this avenue before. So
for sure. Well, Monty Jackson says that he really enjoyed talking with you in Indianapolis, at Indianapolis and everything. And Tony Peterson and Todd Roop. Just a quick shout out, if you don't mind, for a second, Burl, to everyone that is new and everything to Digital Wood Carver. I'd like to just take about a minute and a half to do an introduction to Digital Wood Carver for those that are new and everything. And just to kind of give them a little bit of a background. We're out of Martinsville, Indiana, and we manufacture, CNC machines, anything from the small hobby units up to commercial units. And I think Burl Tichenor himself can say it best. And I have I'd like you all to take a moment and enjoy this short clip.
Hi, I'm Burl Tichenor, owner and creator of Digital Wood Carver. I've been lucky to be able to combine my 2 passions into this business, engineering and woodworking. Here at our factory in Indiana, we make CNCs that are designed to empower people to create amazing projects. For fun, for profit, or for both. Our CNCs range from hobbyist models through to our fully commercial CNCs. We focus on delivering high-quality products and great customer service. When you call us, we pick up the phone. A CNC is an investment in your future, and that's why we don't take shortcuts with how our products are designed and built. We support our customers in a few different ways. Weekly live classes offered by Laney Shaughnessy, in-person training seminars, an owner directory on our website to promote our customers, and so much more. We support several nonprofit groups who do a lot of good in our community. Thanks for your interest in Digital Wood Carver. Whether you're an experienced carver or just looking to get started, if you're in the market for a CNC for life, then we'll be here for you.
Burl, I tell you, that's a great video. I love that to death. You did a great job with that. The everything, just everything. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are new,
that's my twin brother.
right. For everyone that's new to just kind of watching, and we have quite a few watchers now that are just new and everything. I thought it would be nice to kind of let them know what we do, kind of just give a brief synopsis, if you will, and everything.
We take that for granted a lot of times that everybody, we speak so much with our customers, and we do see and appreciate it's. I didn't get the chats right, so now I got seeing the comments. It's seeing all those familiar names and stuff. It's cool, but yeah, we do take that for granted a lot of times. That people, everybody knows what Digital Wood Carver is, and there's a big world out there that don't know who we are. So,
yes, sir. And the thing that I would like to let me get things pulled up here and all. I'd like to talk about. We kind of briefly touched on the woodworking shows and it not being able to do the Tampa, Kansas City, and I believe it's
Nashville,
Tennessee.
That was supposed to go on this coming weekend. So yes,
right, exactly. But what we do have coming up is we still have other shows, and one that we've never really done. I think this will be our first time, right, for IWF Atlanta.
Let's talk about the other 2 real quick for people. And then, I want to get into the IWF reason we've kind of done that. It will be an intro into our next subject. But we have a couple of small ones in down in Houston. We don't get down to Texas a lot. We've got a woodworker down there that's we've done it before and really likes us to come down there and help him out with his show. So Terry's going to do that down in Houston. So if you're down in that area, please come out and see us. It's a big state, but you guys like driving down there. And then the other one that we have, which will be in August, Houston is in June 21st through 22nd. And then August, we actually, the IWF, but we also go up to upstate New York. It's a logging show, but we've done very well up there. It's a unique show. And I apologize for the cough. I've been down.
That's weather. Okay. That's Woodman's Fields Day.
Woodman's Fields Day, and that is August. And that will be 16th through the 18th. Those are both weekend shows. So the IWF, if you want to know a little bit of a history lesson, Laney and I did our first, invited him out. The show that is kind of every other year to this, which is out in Vegas. That's where we did our first show, but we did not do IWF. And the show itself was good. It was just big. And especially at that time, we were really small and just the two of us there. Obviously, we had people in the background, but going out to that show, we did good and it was all good. We just felt that we needed to be at our shows a little more of a group, grassroots, smaller shows, because most of our customers are end users, and where we really thrive for those people that are the owner operators. They are really appreciative of their machine. So when you teach them and tell them things, they're going to follow through, do exactly what you're asking them when it does that. And it makes a very good relationship. So we kind of chose to back off of that. But this year, and with some of the new products that we're doing, we're bringing some more commercial lines into our smaller lineups. And so with doing that, we felt that maybe we would just reach out and let's try that big show again. Part of the excuse is it's a very expensive show. Number one, getting their booth size, because it is a very big hall, a lot of things that you have to do that you don't have to do at a lot of your smaller school shows, just because of just the logistics of moving things in and out and all that. But hey, let's give it a try. They canceled the 3 shows, and it's like, well, what would it take, if I didn't invest in those shows, another one. So we chose to do IWF. Let me tell you, for the people out there, I have been to it. Laney, have you had a chance to be at that show at all?
Yeah. When you and I,
did we go to it together?
Everything, we got to walk. We went, and I actually met up and walked. We weren't presenting.
Right.
Or anything. We were guests. We went as visitors to the show and everything, and it's enormous. Holy camole! There's just there's a lot.
It is
there. So
and another thing I wanted to talk to people. I'd love to have people come down. It's going to be a little more expensive for you. Obviously, it's in Atlanta. It's going to be downtown, parking and all that. It's going to be a little more hectic than what you're used to at woodworking shows. But and the fees to get in is a little more. But this is a during the week show. So a lot of times it is aimed more for your businesses, people that are in the woodworking world seriously. So, if it's something that you want to see some really cool high-end stuff, it's a place to go when it comes to that. It is a Tuesday through a Friday, and I would not recommend coming on Friday just because that's kind of like the Sundays were for the woodworking show. People are winding down, getting ready. They shut the show down early in the afternoon. So it is a Tuesday through Friday, which is a little bit longer, but it's during the week. So it's not a weekend. So if you're going to come and you got a full-time job, take a day off, you'll have to take a day off, or maybe even if you're traveling a little bit differently. But we are super excited to go there. We're actually going to have the machine that we're going to show here just a little bit right behind us. That machine we're going to have, if that one's not sold, We're going to have one just like it there at the show. So we're going to try to take some of our higher end products, or more of our commercial line. So with that being said, Lane, you have anything on the shows, or let's give a sneak peek for anybody that hasn't had a chance to see some of the new products.
Right. And so what I'd like to do is what Burl is sitting in front of, and I'm going to throw him up on the full screen for just a second. He's sitting in front of one of our commercial lines, our DWC 4848. And just recently, Burl, I was fortunate enough in my shop. It's not laid out perfectly and everything, but this is going to kind of cover us both. There's no real good way of doing this, but I recently had one of our original models, 4848s, which is not too old, but we had a little bit of a body style change that we did. I like the new look and everything, but I love the fact that I was able to get a 4x4 in my shop as well, just literally a week and a half ago. So ever since I've started with Digital Woodcarver, I've always owned and operated the 2440. And so this kind of is going to, it's going to be a little bit of a step up. So now the thing that I would like to talk about because of IWF, let's just and we're going to start with our first new item of the year, Burl. And this is going to be our heavy duty line. It's the DWC 2636 HD.
Yeah.
This is product number one that's going to be new for us. It has a 26-inch by 36-inch cutting area by 7-inch, Burl, correct me if I'm wrong, by 7-inch Z height on there, and it is ball screw driven on all 3 axes. This product is coming in right around $6,499. And for those of you that are watching and everything, definitely stay tuned for towards the end of the show and everything for our spring sale announcement, where we're going to have some good deals and things and all.
This is
this is exciting for this, and this. Well, let's just pause for a second and talk about the 2636 for just a moment.
Also, the 2 new products are very, very similar. You and I, we did Atlanta together. I had the chance in Baltimore and Indy, and Terry had a chance in the others. Get a chance to really play with these 2 products, and they really performed real well. I love to hear that and see that thing scream. I mean, some feed rates and that we can't normally get. That unit is got a cast bed and gantry on it's very heavy duty. Those ball screws, those suckers wind up pretty good, and get some feed rates that make that bit scoot around on that. So yes, we had a good showing. We've had a very, very good response. Matter of fact, the reason we're not showing one is they're sold out, and we actually have one back ordered. That we are getting a very, very good response from them. What we've advertised so far, and what we're going to do if people, and I think, are we going to sneak in our sales that we're releasing right now as we go, Laney? We're going to sneak those prices in.
I'll let you guide that, because I was going to save it towards the end to talk about that. But if you want to kind of let them know that, what type of savings that they could expect on the machines as we talk on them, that's fine too. However you want to handle, because we do want to be able to leave some time. We do want to leave some time we got some Q&A, and Michael Kratzke will get to your question in just a moment. But
yes, I did see that pop up. I do not believe if that is this weekend, we are definitely, if it's this weekend, we're not going. So we have done that in the past. I was thinking it was more in fall, but I apologize. But no, if it's this weekend, we're definitely not. If it's in the fall, we'll have to see. We've done it in the past. We don't have it on our schedule. So.
Well, good. Well, listen, Alex Bird, now is the time. Wait till this. Burl's going to talk about some savings right now. And so it might be just time to get and pull the trigger, get off that fence and wipe your mouth and come on over and join the Digital Wood Carver family. We'd love to have you. Bro, let me just say that really quickly. I want to thank all of the Digital Wood Carver owners out there who have supported us over the years, purchasing machines. We have an amazing community of owners. I'm here, hold on a second. Let me get right here. Knock on wood. I'm so I love our customers. They're great and everything. And one of our customers, Charlie Hall, says he loves his 4848, by the way. But you're absolutely right. So how do you want to do this? We've just kind of introduced them to the 2636. And let me explain something really quickly, bro. I'm so sorry. Let me explain this. Ladies and gentlemen, prior to this, we had starting with our hobby line, we have our DWC 1824 mini carver. From there, we had our flagship unit, which Digital Wood Carver started with, our DWC 2440, which means a 24-inch by 40-inch cutting area. And then we jumped all the way to 4848 and then 5100, our 4x8 machine. So these two machines kind of fill a bit of a gap for us. They give us a heavier duty line, but in our, right around the sizes that we need. So 2636, that was a great, that's a great step. It's right there with our 2440, just, in the heavy duty line and everything. And so that was a great step. And then your next step that you did, which was the 3648, that was a genius move as well too. So I'll let you. I interrupted you. What were you about to say?
No, that's really what I was going to say. If you want to pop up the picture of the big brother there, the 3648, nice machine overall. The base of that is just rock solid. It's a very rigid with, like I say, cast iron table and some castings for the upright gantry. Another thing I want to point out on these two units here, they have a lot of similarities. Obviously, size is going to be your biggest difference in them, but both of them come with spindles as standard options. So those have those water-cooled spindles, those quiet routers on them with the collets that you can get whatever size bits for them. And those both those machines come with oilers. They're designed for longevity. And really, Laney, I'm finding we do have some customers that have went up to the 4x8s.
Yes.
But a lot of our customers are still, a smaller shop, but they've grown their businesses. Right now, like I say, these have went really, really well. And a lot of our customers have moved into these, from their 2440s or their 1824s moved up. But both nice,
yeah, absolutely,
very nice, solid machines when it comes to that.
Yeah, and it's a great stepping stone, because that's the one thing I've always been proud of Digital Wood Carver, and I think that the one thing that stands us apart from other companies on the market and everything, besides our stellar customer support, I think the ability that a customer can grow their business and also grow with our machine line offerings gives them a great chance to grow, and they can kind of stay familiar with the same brand of machines, and they can get bigger and better and things like that. What the programs that we have in place for that, it gives even machines that might get traded up to and everything. It gives us the ability for newcomers. We can rehome certain machines and everything, and give newcomers a chance to get into the CNC realm. And it's just a beautiful cycle that we've kind of created for our customers. And I'm happy about that.
Yeah. And that's, bringing that up. Charlie did a Baltimore show with me. Just phenomenal guy. Like you say, going back to those customers, he's an example. I see he's here. So the only reason I would have pointed him out, I got numbers of others, that same issue. I just haven't got their okay to, announce them and stuff like that. But you are exactly right. People have created, businesses, and, going from, starting out really not, knowing really what their business or what they want to do until I know one of them just told us this last weekend when we dropped off one of the larger units that he'd quit a job and is doing it full time and has 2 or 3 machines, and that's what he does. Just lets them rip, and he's created a niche and a good market for it. So.
Absolutely. Michael Kraske, you missed it a few moments ago.
No.
Yes, we will be at the Woodman Field Day in Boonesville. Burl announced that just a few minutes ago in August. We will be there. So if you're in that area, we look forward to seeing you at that show. Hey, Burl, I got a great question. As we're talking about this commercial line and things and everything, we have JR is asking if a 4th axis option is available for these units. And my answer, I believe, is yes. But am I correct? You're the
yes, you are correct. Yes, we will do a 4th axis, and we've done 4th axis for 5100s. We haven't really pushed it a lot. Not that it's not a great option with it, but we will make a 4th axis for all those. In the past, I've done the our traditional 2440 4th axis, which is a very heavy duty, robust, does a 8-inch diameter with 36-inch length capacity on it. That is always option for the 48 by 48 and 5100s. The 36, 2636 and 3648. Yes, we will have, if that's something you're looking at, whether it's a unit that's on the bed itself, because these have larger depth throats and stuff like that, we can get by with putting 4th axis on there. But as far as the boards and integration of them, there's no problem on that. So
right, and we're not really going to talk price points and everything, but the 5100 and the 4848s, our 4th axis has been running around the $1,000 mark for those accessories, and they're probably going to be similar in cost and everything for the other 2 new units as well, and that'll be something that Burl will look at. Just a note from Jerry Williams, one of our beloved customers down in Naples, Florida at the moment, but he's got his 2636 up and running right now. Thank you, Burl, he says.
Yeah.
And
thanks, Jerry, for taking care of my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And what size opening on the door would one need to be able to get a 3648 in? I think 64 inches.
Yes, I believe you are correct. That's right around that
64 to 67 inches.
We might be able to get a little creative. It does have a 1 arm out there. You might be able to do a little diagonal, but not much. Yeah, it's going to take it. These units are pretty solid, so can't really be too creative on breaking them down. It's going to be
exactly. Yes.
I helped a guy pack one down a week or so ago down in the basement, and because 2 people can handle the table part of it. But yeah, these are solid chunks. These 2 units, you're looking probably 800 to 900 pounds. So it's not going to be you and your buddy pick one up and haul it around. It's going to take. We can move them with pallet jacks if you got them. Delivering wise, we put them on trailers with ramps, or if you've got ways. But yeah, they're about 800 to 900 pounds is what the weight is on those 2 units.
Outstanding. Yeah, and I think the 4848 comes in right around that, maybe a little bit more in weight on the 4848.
Yeah, you're probably looking about 1500.
1500. So Ronnie, you asked the 3648. I believe Burl just said about 800, 850 pounds. The 4848, which is our 4x4 unit, you're around 1500.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So definitely not carrying it down a flight of stairs.
What's that?
So definitely not carrying it down a flight of stairs. That's for sure.
No. It's a heavy unit.
Burl, we got to laugh at ourselves sometimes. And I have a small little quip about that. We have been in some precarious delivery positions with these machines, larger machines and stuff. And I'll never forget. I think we delivered a large machine. And it had something to do with a freight elevator or something like that. It was one of those things where it's one time, never again.
Never again.
Right.
I was much younger and had more hair than
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yeah.
John, thanks for your comment. We love you being a part of the Digital Woodcarver family as well, too.
Yep.
Thank you. All right. So, Burl, now, besides the brand new 2636 and our 3648, we have our beloved commercial units, our 4848 and our 5100. And all of these units that make up our commercial line, we have some good discounts coming up for those. So please, everyone, stay tuned towards the end for those announcements and everything. And not to forget our 1824 and our 2440. We've got some, savings on those as well coming up. So definitely, everyone, stay tuned and hang out with us. All right, Burl. So let's talk a little bit about these two units really quickly. The 2636 and the 3648 are ball screw driven on all three axes.
Mm-hmm.
While our 4848 and our 5100 are helical rack and pinion on the X and Y and ball screw on the Z. All four of the whole line, regardless ball screw or the rack and pinion, highly precise precision units, and they can get up in some speeds and stuff. We have I believe it's the 2.2 kW water-cooled spindles on the 2636 and the 3648. Am I correct in that?
That is correct, with the ER20, which will allow them to, with the ER20, you can still get those half-inch chucks in those, or router bits. So that's one of we don't talk a lot about the spindles, but they come with that industry standard collets that are interchangeable, really easily to purchase. Any increments in between that, but the most three common ones are your half and quarter and eighth inch. So
yes, sir.
Those eighth inch bits for some smaller detailed stuff that you can buy them fairly inexpensive. Now they have collets just set up for those sites, but both of them are 2.2, which the 2.2 is a little over 3 horsepower.
Right.
To compare it to like a router.
Exactly.
The 4848, if we're getting ready to go into those, is a little bigger.
Right. And we'll get into that in just a moment. But sticking on these two units, they both, this is good information, they both are single phase 220 volt units. So that will be one of the things that there's no other option. Like a 110 option for those, so you will have to have that single phase 220 in your shop for those two units.
If it is absolutely can't have the 220, but most people can, we have ran at shows with transformers that are fairly inexpensive, a couple $100. You can run a transformer on that, but all of our units are single phase.
Yes, absolutely. And then these have with regards to the spindles and everything, they have automatic, or they're not automatic. I'm sorry, they're manual oilers for all of the rails and everything.
For their linear rail. Yep, the rails are on those are profiled with ball bearing, like a ball
slides.
screw.
Yep,
slides in them, makes them very smooth, very accurate. But yes, there is a manual oiler where you can adjust how much flow goes to which bearings,
right,
and give that a pump. It doesn't take a lot. It's one of those things where a little squirt here and there keeps the oil flowing out.
A little dabble do you. For sure, a little dabble do you. Now, we are still using JR. All of our machines are using the Planet CNC TNG motion controller software. And right now there is no Meso option, G3 option and everything.
I will talk about that a little bit because I've seen that controller. It's a nice looking. They make a nice touchscreen pad, but we kind of got our own version.
We do
of our touchscreen. We'll get some close-ups of that. We've been selling now a 17-inch touchscreen PC. One of the things I've found is, and I didn't realize this, Laney, that especially going back out in the shows and interacting with people, we do have our customers, we interact with some others, And there has been some CNCs that struggled a little bit with their controller softwares and their controller boards out there. And one of the things that I think we've been blessed with, the Planet CNC has been a very stable, not that it hasn't been, a few things, but they've done very, very well in helping us anytime we've had issues with them. And it's been a very, very stable platform for us. When Microsoft or any of the companies do their little multiple upgrades, they are very, very quick to get with us on fixes that we need to work arounds for those aggravating things. And so one of the things that we've done pretty well this, since the first of the year is had these touch screens. They're very, I guess I'll get on a little bit of talk here of these. And they're very robust. There's no fan on them, so we don't have to worry about sawdust, sucking up and getting into those electronic components. And it's very responsive. That's one of the things that a lot of people, if you've had touch screen things in the past, I call it compared to like what we're used to with our phones and our tablets. It's very, very responsive. When you touch something, it's, it happens. It's very instant. It's not a delayed response and stuff. So I guess to answer your question there, JR, our response is we have our own controller panel on there.
Right. And it's and Planet CNC, ladies and gentlemen, it's powerful. I mean, there's a lot of things we barely touch what you can do with that. And it's great. And it's universal, it can be used with, plasma cutters and all kinds of things, so it's really cool. All right, bro, let's, so that brings us into on these last thing on these units and all is the increased, speeds and feeds with, when we get into the commercial line. So we're, and I'm going to be conservative on these numbers. You can, but, with our rapids are increasing, to 500 inches a minute, with operating speeds between 0 to 300 inches a minute. And, I think that's just, it's just outstanding, and everything.
It is.
So,
in what we've done, I know, even at some of the shows, because we're, have the chance to sit there and monitor it, every second of what it's moving. You and I have had some conversations, and we've cranked up some accelerations, these periods, and they've been responding very, very well. We try to be conservative. We want everybody to have a product that runs, 100% of the time. We don't like it to, just 80, 90%. We want it to be that, when you're running those long runs, you don't have to worry about, having problems and stuff like that. So, but we have played with it, knowing that we've been a little bit conservative in the past, and we're seeing some really good, with those accelerations, that it will help our overall length of running on, especially like your 3Ds where it's really long.
Absolutely. Now, Aaron, we'll get into that question in just a moment. Now let's switch gears here a minute, bro, because that kind of covers the, the two new machines, which I'm so proud to have them as part of our family now and everything. But let's talk about the 4848 and the 5100. Now these are, again, single phase 220. So all of our units across the board are single phase. Rack and pinion, helical rack and pinion on the X and Y, and then lead screw driven, or I'm sorry, ball screw driven on the Z. And the 4848 and the 5100 are plumbed for vacuum. So they have vacuum hold down tables with ball valves and everything. And while we have never really promoted it, or worked with vacuum hold down in the past and stuff, we have a beautiful relationship with black box vacuums now, which pair wonderfully with the digital wood carver machines for those units. But those two units do have, all of the units potentially have the capability of vacuum, but these are plumbed for it.
Right. Where it's built in and you just hook it up and it's ready to go type of scenario. Yeah, I'll bring that up. Black Box is a very nice vacuum, built really for our customers in mind. They're not high-end, overpriced units that's with a lot of the higher-end commercial units. So in this show, I think the reason I want to explain to a lot of customers probably why we obviously introducing new product line, but we're focused more on our industrial line, because you're going to see a little bit here on the some of our sales and stuff that we got, that we've kind of focused on that, but because we introduced the two new lines. But yeah, those vacuum tables on that 4851, we've really kind of stayed away from it, but the Black Box is a good company out of Georgia, a family operation, very similar. We've got to spend a lot of time with them down in Atlanta, and real good company. Check it out. If that's an avenue you want to go down through there. So, and
ladies and gentlemen, blackboxvac.com and Tom Digital with Carver sent you. Now, Burl, since we are talking about the 4848 and possibilities of it and all, I knew this question was going to come up, and I think we have a good answer for him this time. But Aaron McIntyre says, any thoughts of a quick change, tool holder on the 5100s? Not necessarily auto change, but something like a cat tapper, or something with a manual change to allow you that would allow you to have a standard and any tool setups, and tool change time. So let's can we lead into that a little bit and talk about some future things?
Yeah. We've talked about it before, and we've had this conversation a few times in our advertisements and stuff, and that's what everybody is asking for it, and we are obviously focusing on that area too. The unit that is behind us, we're going to show you here in just a few seconds, does have an automatic tool changer on it, and it is using why did my mind go blank on that? Let me grab a tool here real quick. It's an ISO 30. Sorry, my mind went blank. But this is a little tool changer that this one comes with actually a very big, it's ER32, which allows big cutters. But this is the tool changer that we have on this unit right behind me. And we're going to show a demonstration of that. One of the things with the tool changer, though, it's not a cheap operation, or it's not a cheap option on that. They just it's right. Still fairly expensive. I've seen a few people trying some things for a low end tool changer, but we've got to be there's too much at stake on a tool changer. I mean, those spindles run up to 24,000 RPMs. So I mean, you got to take this serious on how you hold those tools, and then be able to change them back and forth. So right. If you want, I don't mind. If I can get my phone going here, we'll see if we can. You want to do a demo on it?
We could. And now, before we jump into the demo, you can, if you want to start kind of, getting things set up with your phone. I can still, if you get your phone connected, I can leave that in the background. I won't bring it on stage, on screen with us until we're ready. With the tool change, Digital Wood Carver, we have always, I guess the correct term would be progressive, right? We're always trying to improve, and we listen to the needs and the customers and, what they want and everything. And that's how the 1824 was born. We had customers that had, they asked and they wanted a need for a smaller unit and things. And so we've always been leading into tool change. It is new. Now, Burrow has designed a very good rack. Eric Marcus Jr. and myself have worked very hard on making sure that the code, Eric is one of our techs who does the coding and everything. He's done a wonderful job for the actual operation and everything. And then I am just kind of I'm just there, right? I'm a part of it all. But with the tool change, it's new, so, and it is an expensive option. And right now, as of right now, it's only going to be available on new purchases of 4848s and 5100s as an option when it comes released. It's not ready right now, but I believe we're going to be introducing it and showing it at IWF. So it's another reason to pop on out and take a look. We'd love to see you out there, IWF Atlanta. But we are going to, it's new to us as it is going to be to everyone else, right? So we're, we're going to have the opportunity to, what am I trying to say? Improve, right? I wouldn't call it beta testing. I mean, we've been through all that. It works wonderful. Burl's about to demonstrate it and show you and everything. But as far as a retrofit, let's talk about this, because I know that's going to be the next question that leads and all. As far as a retrofit on existing 48, 48s and 5100s and all, at the time being, it is an expensive option. We haven't really covered all of those areas yet, so we don't have really any solid answers. But as of, new units, they will be an option. Okay, Burl, I hope I covered that okay. And I'm going to switch over to your cam. So stand by 1 second. And
if I'm off, just tell me.
Your microphone is muted on the phone, but which is great. And so there's no feedback. There should be no feedback. But you are solo, Burl. It's all you.
Okay. Well, this is our 17. Tell you what, just a second.
Hey, I like that new sign you got back there on that forklift. Looks good.
Yes, I was going to show that here in a little bit. We're going to put that on the outside of the buildings.
Outstanding. Looks great. Okay,
so here's our 17-inch touchscreen TV. I'm getting a feedback, so I apologize.
Are you getting a feedback? Because now we can switch over, but it won't let me unmute your mic on your phone. Can you see where the phone mic for StreamYard? I can mute you, but you have to unmute yourself. It won't let me do it for you on the phone. If you look at the StreamYard, your microphone, your camera. There you go.
Okay, sorry. That took care of the feedback. Here's our 17-inch touchscreen. We've got it set up here. This is with the auto tool changer. They've done a phenomenal job. It does make our screens fairly busy. You got a lot of buttons over here. Those are the tools. We can do up to 6 tools. We can add to that if we need to. But right now we're there, Laney, he would be able to give you all those. But one of the things that we haven't talked about on all of these units, there now is homing, meaning that you can have an absolute home, Laney, on the everything from the 2636 up to the 5100. But that's also what will allow our tool changer to work. So we already got this set up. Let me go over and show you a little bit of the tool.
And Burl, while you're talking, just real quick, ladies and gentlemen, bear with us. There is a little bit of an echo. I can hear in the background, but unfortunately, I don't know how to cancel it out. I'm working on that in the back end, but Burl, you're good to go. It's just a little bit of an echo. It's like the speakers on the computer are on.
Yep. There we go. See if that don't help it. Okay. Let me go ahead and hit start.
Yes. All right, Burl, if you want to just show a little bit of an overhead, can you show a quick overhead of what it carved so they can see kind of like a top-down look at it? There you go. So just a very simple little DWC there, ladies and gentlemen, just to kind of show that tool change operation. And Burl, I saw that between the tool change, I saw that pause that you were talking about, and I'll shorten.
It's on the second tool. That
yes. Yep. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're just having a little discussion about the pause before that tool started cutting and everything. I've got the times just a little bit long on there. So, but there we go. And that screen, you have it sitting on the desk, but we do have mounts for the that mounts to the side of the units, so it can be mounted right to your CNC. All right. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, Burl, we're going to switch back to your main.
Yep.
And get you back here. That very, very good. Every time I see it, I'm impressed with it. You know, it's new for us. It's something that's and I'm excited about it. But I'm also nervous at the same time because there's going to be, you know, there's a learning curve. You know, so we are all growing together. But as of right now, we have this not retrofit, but designed for the 4848. And we will have, we're working on the 5151 line, 5100 line, you know, tool change option and stuff. And I believe, Burl, do you think we're going to look at, for at least the 4848, have an introduction at IWF? I think we're going to.
Yeah, that's our goal. We've already kind of talked about what we're having at the show and stuff. We'll have either the 4848 or the 5100 with the tool changer there. It's a big enough show that we'll make sure that that unit will be at that show when it comes to that. We just want to make a presence, and that's one of the things in the future that everybody's asking for it, wanting it, and they've had for years. And it's been very expensive, and it is, but you know, we're there, and it's cool.
Right. So yeah, excited. There's a few excited. Now I'm going to answer this question. If let me pop it up here, Ronnie. As of right now, no. We never know what's going to happen in the future, but there's an expense involved, and a lot of there's air and regulators and things like that. There's a lot involved on adding a tool change to the system, and we're kind of focusing on our heavy duty line at the moment. So we don't see any options right now. You know, we can't speak for the future. You never know where things lead us and all, but we're, you know, our direction right now is kind of, we're working on the tool change on the HDs. We've still got to get it perfected, you know, Ronnie and everybody that might ask about that. You know, it's not an avenue we've been down before, right? Yeah. So you know, there's curves that we even us as the, you know, manufacturers, that we have to make sure that everything's working right. You know, there's a lot of stuff in there's a lot of checks to be balanced.
And one of the things that I had said earlier, probably the 2636 and the 3648, just because of the homing ability, we've got to know where that machine is all the time. I will tell you, the screen, Laney and Eric done a fabulous job on it, but there's a little more to it. It's not just putting a board on there. You still do those things, but there's also, you know, you got to home your unit out each time. The machine has to be set up where it has an absolute, as we call it, absolute zero or absolute home of the machine, because it doesn't matter, you know, when you start it up, each time it's got to know where that tool is, you know, in that tool holder, because when it goes back there, we actually forgot to do it on this one. You know, each time you start up, you got to home that. The cool thing with it is it will allow us to be able to reproduce or going into, like jigs and stuff like that, you can have a lot of that stuff that's pre-set up and have those offsets. And this is kind of a little closer into what the manufacturing world does with machines, with what they call a home and then a work offset, where jigs and stuff like that. But it's exciting stuff, but it does add a little bit of complexity to programming and to run them a little bit when it comes to that. Making sure tools you have to set up your tools. There's a little bit of things that you didn't see in this that we had done in the background, which is not hard to do, but you have to, it's got to know what number tool 3 is, that it's whatever you put in there. You've got to have it set up, the type of tool, the parameters of that tool, and when it comes
where it's located in the rack. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, what we're looking at is, I believe, Burl, correct me if I'm wrong, it is a 6-tool rack.
Right now, six.
Right now, 6-tool rack, tool change rack. But just to briefly touch on that, ladies and gentlemen, your Vectric software, your tool database, and the tool numbers have to be assigned, and that has to match your tool table, like a tool database, and your Planet CNC software. Those things have to match. And in the Planet CNC software, that tool table is the location and offset of where that tool is located on the rack, and its offset height when it measures off and touches off. So all those parameters have to be set. Again, like Burl said, it's not hard to do. It's just, but those are the things that are involved in the initial setup of your tool rack or your tools when you're adding them and stuff to it. So it's going to be exciting. I'm super excited about it, and I'm super excited, to be able to work with customers, on setting things up and stuff. But let's move on, bro, because we're running out of time here. Let's talk about our promotions that we have and everything, and then but before we do, let me just say something. We did not get to show on screen or anything the 5100. But the machine that Burl is sitting at is a 4848. So if you add another 4 foot to that that unit that's behind him, our 5100 is there. And again, it's the same helical rack and pinion on the X and Y, ball screw driven on the Z, and everything. All right, Burl. So you have been very, almost like Santa in March. You've been very generous on this promotion.
Laney and the marketing team, want to. It must have been a good morning when I come up with these discounts. But yes, let's go through our sales. And one of the things that we want to do, especially with this, it seems like we all only focused on the commercial, mainly just because those new products. But we are excited about our top end, and because I think our customers are excited about it too. It's getting us into some new areas. So our 2 new products, what we're going to do is they are out of stock, and we've got some back ordered already, and we've got we're working on getting more units ready to go out end of April here. And then in your Mays and Junes there. So we are gearing up. But if you would do, and these are going to last till now to the end of the month, correct, Laney?
Yes, they're going. Yeah, we're going to run to the 31st. So at the end of this event, our live event, around I would say 10 p.m. till the 31st, right? Yeah. So from today till the 31st, this promotion is going on. And Burl, let's talk about the new units, 2636 and the 3648. So you've given us a little bit of a savings.
Yeah, we did. We obviously, these are new units, so we're not slashing the prices. We feel we come in a very competitive, very good stair step on those. So, but if you will do a pre-order and wait for those units, we are taking like $250, $249 off of either one of those units. And by the way, the touchscreen units are available. When you buy the touchscreen, it does come with a mount, and it mounts directly to those units. You have basically a standing complete machining center right there.
Right.
So if you're
that touchscreen is $1,000, just to throw that out there, and for that add-on.
Yep, and that's fully loaded with that software. Even though Laney does a good job of walking, part of a purchase is free training. You get 2 hours, so whether you get that or not, you will get that training to get you up and going. On the 5100s and the 4848 is probably the biggest slash I've done on these two units
ever.
Yes. On those is we're doing a $4,000 off, and that's been huge. If you don't know, kind of through the COVID things, a lot of things adjusted the price and affected the prices. And fortunately, along with going out to shows, material cost and logistic cost and some of that stuff has come down in certain areas. And we're certainly availability, and that has helped tremendously. But part of that has allowed us to, be able to do some discounts. So I'm doing this for a limited stock. You never know. Our phones may go crazy.
Right.
So don't wait. It is unlimited on that, but that would get you a 5100 right now, Laney. If I did my numbers correct, just right around 15. And
right, 14, 999. Just right at 1,500, and that. Just so everyone knows, that is more. That is more than a $4,000 discount. That is about $4,501 if I want to be exact. But so it's a big savings.
Yeah. So, that is on limited stock.
On
those,
we have one. I know right now we have one 4848 and one 5100 ready to go out the door. Right.
Yep.
And we have a couple more in the works, but when you on your limited stock, is it on the two that are available to go out the door, or are we going to give them maybe a couple more? Or?
Well, let's see what the calls, and we'll find out what that number will be at the end. So let's move on through the others. Those are the new products and what we focused on this live event. We do offer, and we don't talk about it a lot.
Let's talk. I was just about to say, let's talk about our other large format CNC for a moment.
Yeah, we have a unit that we do not manufacture. We get it straight from UK. It is we're a reseller for them. It's called Smart Bench or Yeti. Go ahead. You got something?
No, I'm sorry. Okay. I was scratching my elbow. It looked like I was raising my hand. No, sir. No.
Yeah, it's one of the things it will do is it's easy to tear down. So if you like a unit that would be a mobile, maybe you're building, restoring an old house. I know that's been some things. I got a guy that he travels with his. He does
yes, sir.
make signs at
carnivals and fairs and everything.
And he actually easy to break down.
He deals with the vendors. He makes the signage for the vendors and everything. So he does a great job.
It will do a 4x8 sheet, but it has a small spindle. So you're not going to get your, really crazy cutting speeds and stuff like that, but it can still do those large formats. We're doing, and once again, inventory that we got in hand, $750 off of that unit. So
right. So our Smart Bench Precision Pro Plus, ladies and gentlemen, featuring the Yeti Pilot Yeti Pilot, which is an AI-driven system. Basically, it controls your feed rate based on the feedback from the intelligent spindle, based on the torque on the bit or the resistance, if you will. It will control. It will slow down automatically or speed up depending on what feedback it gets, and that's called Yeti Pilot. And one of the features of this unit, it is portable. You can break down in a very short period of time and be taken to job sites if they will, or it could be permanently in a shop. They don't have to break it down, but they have that ability, and it can cut a full 4x8 sheet with that, and that usually comes in around. Oh, I had my number off the top of my head, bro. It was
10-4.
10-4-25.
Yeah, so
$25, and we've taken $750 off. Yeah,
that's
great.
That's the biggest we've done on those, and we don't we don't want to downplay our flag ship products, our 2440s and our 1824s. Their sales are still up there. That's still our core products. So even though we focus a little bit on the commercial line, we don't want to miss our core customers. Still that 2440 and that 1824. We're doing free shipping on those 2 units. And
yes.
I will.
And that's a savings of up to $550 savings on shipping on those 2 units, you know. Yep. So that's a heck of a savings. And go ahead, bro.
I'm going to put Laney on the spot. Probably tomorrow. You'll be on the phone the whole time. But with these, we've had a couple customers trade in some 2440s. So if we've got any customer out there that's looking to get into the digital woodcarver family, and finances is one of those things, we do have a couple of used units that we probably would be able to give you even a little better discounts on those. So get with Laney, get your name on the list on those once we get those gone through, making sure everything is up. By our way, the used units that we sell have a 6-month warranty. So it is something that we feel strong that we went through it. If we, for some reason, miss something, we'll still take care of it. It's that you don't have to worry about that. We do warranty it for 6 months once we go through it.
And Burl, let me just touch on that really quickly. From time to time, we do have customers trade up into larger units, and with that trade up, they trade in their units. And when we bring in a trade in to rehome, we go through that unit top to toe, tip to toe, whatever. We go through the whole thing. We make sure it is in top performance. We add a 6-month warranty on it for you all. And it is a great opportunity. They don't last very long. Once they come in, we try to get them right out the door. But it's a great opportunity for anyone that has been sitting on the fence to getting a digital wood carver. For anyone that has been just kind of they're waiting, but they just can't quite pull the trigger financially, this is a great opportunity. We have 2 available, and it's going to be on a first come, first served basis. So our 2440 units. And Burrow, I believe one of those 2440 units has the opportunity to be either sold as a 3-axis or a 4-axis, or is that not true? What's the
that is true, and actually I believe one of them is a 4th axis. So whether it's a 3-axis or a 4th axis you're looking for, we can be able to
we can absolutely. And the Burl, aren't just to put you back on the spot again, are we still working with the same numbers on the one unit that I work with as far as the discount on the 2440?
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
I apologize. I've got this cough, and I figured out a while ago I just turned my sound off, and you guys still heard it. So I apologize for the cough there.
No problem. No problem at all. But
we can work on those discounts, and if you're interested in those used units, Greg Lockwood, yes. If you'll give Laney a call, we can. If you plan on picking it up at the factory, we can offset some type of, instead of free shipping, some type of discount in place of that.
Absolutely. Now, AM, no. The answer, let me just pop this up really quickly because I knew it was going to be one of the questions. But the cost of the 5100, the discount, this limited time discount, does not include a tool changer. Number one, the tool changers aren't on the market yet. That is something that is coming right down the line. Number 2, they're quite a bit of an expense add-on. So no.
Just to give you some rough numbers, I mean, we won't know final, but $4,500 to $5,500 add-on option just for that feature. Yes.
Okay. So no, at this time, the $4,000 off for the 48 and the 5100 does not include the tool change. All right. Well, Burl, this has been exciting. Now, just a quick recap, ladies and gentlemen. We have off of our 2636 and our 3648, our 2 new units, we have $249 off. We have our on those 2 units, we have we're looking at mid-April, late April to May deliveries, deliverables on those. So pre-order, if you're looking at getting into something like that, now's the time to place an order. Don't wait till the last minute. The 4848 and 5100, over $4,000 off on those units. The 5100 is $14,999. And I believe the 4848 is for limited time only. It is $11,999. The Smart Bench, $750 off. Burl has been just generous with this, giving that off. And we have one in stock ready to go out the door, if I'm not mistaken, on that, Burl. Correct? And then free shipping on the 2440s and the 1824s. That's up to a $550 savings. All I can hear is ching-ching, money going back into the pocket, ladies and gentlemen. Now's the time to buy. On the screen is a link to the website. And for the discounts tomorrow, even tonight, after 10 p.m., if you want to start calling, that's fine. But tomorrow through the 31st as well, this promotion is running. Burl, we have just a few minutes before we say our goodbyes. Can we talk about two new items that make everything possible as far as when we're carving? What are the one things that we need to carve? We need router bits. And I've got, I'm going to pop my head on the down for just a minute, Burl, and give me just a second. I'm going to sneak down in the corner down here for a moment, and I'm going to pop up here. And I'll let you hold that up, and I'll give them let me give them a close-up view of you. And let me get rid of this banner. Hold on, I got banners popping up everywhere, bro. There we go. We have, ladies and gentlemen, we are offering two new bit sets. Is it two, bro, or just one? It's two.
Well,
right?
Honestly, we have four different combinations.
Four different combinations. Great.
So
but we have some beautiful new bits.
8 new bits that we're offering in four different combinations. This that you're seeing here is the 8-bit set. And one of the things that we're wanting to do is get you guys some bits that maybe a little less than what we have in the past on our bit set. So we're now offering these. Laney and I both have been using them at the shows. They perform very, very well. And we're getting ready to put those on our site. This 8-piece bit set, you're looking at about $180. And we were selling our other 8-bit set for around $300. So certainly a big cost savings when those. We'll come up with those other combinations and talk about those later. But we're excited about that, where you guys can get some bits and save a little bit of money while we're doing these. They're fully carbide, really, really good performing bits on that.
Outstanding. And I'm just going to give them a little bit of a close up there so they can pause their screen and take a look at that later when they're reviewing this video and all. And then the as Burl said, and let me take and get myself back up full screen here so everybody can see me. I look like a little munchkin in that corner. All right. As Burl said, Burl and I have been using these bits through the shows and the carving on. They're phenomenal performers. They're outstanding, and they come in at a very good price point, an affordable price point. I guess that could be the word. So if you're looking for a great router bit at a low cost solution, definitely check these out. And Burl, I'm hoping that we will get these on the market.
Right. I'm going to say this next week. I've got a chance for an individual that'll be able to do our photographing. I've got them in stock. It's just mainly you're getting them where I have the individual bits and where we can post them and put them on our website individually. And then those set combinations. We've got it all figured out. We just got to get the marketing caught up with us and all the details on that. So we'll get those.
Absolutely. And, we've got just a couple of questions here. Does the 4848 ship already assembled? Yes. So it is not a kit, and they are fully assembled, plug and play ready. Yep. Again, Anthony, can ATC be added in the field? Right now, ATC will only be available on new units going out the door, the 4040s and the 5100.
There's a lot to it. It looks like it's just a spindle. There is a lot to it. And Laney and Eric, when it comes to that, there's a lot of product, a lot of stuff that you don't see. A whole bank of air valves behind the head, whole control box, wiring and sensors, and just there's a lot to it that's you didn't see it, but that tool changer literally knows if there's a bit in there, if there's not a bit, when it is,
if there's air blowing, if there's not air blowing. I mean, there's sensors, there's a code, that tells it what to look for, what not to look for. So there's a lot involved, and Burl, I guess the term would be retrofit. So we're not at the phase that being able to, and just keep this in mind, ladies and gentlemen, being able to retrofit a tool change on an existing unit, that we would love that to be our goal in the future, right? But there's a lot of stuff that we have to, as the manufacturer, there's a lot of things that we have to get in line and everything before we do that, because we know the undertaking it's going to require to add that to an existing system and everything. So have patience with us. It is, that is something that we have been working for quite a long time on. Yep. And we are, we're right there at the threshold, getting ready to cross the door. And IWF is when we're going to kind of, really introduce it to the market and stuff. And then from there, we're working towards that end game. All right, everyone. Well, Burl, any last words? We're going to wrap up for now. We've been running for about an hour and 20 minutes. So we'll give it just another minute or two. But any last minute thoughts that you would like to add?
It's been a joy to get back and do, some live shows again. It's been a while since we've done it. I really enjoyed getting out to meeting customers, and appreciate the customers. I know we had a lot of them come. We got a lot of new people coming. I love seeing these, names I don't recognize, and some of them that I do. And we appreciate you. Digital Wood Carver wouldn't exist without our customers. I want to always, I know you guys do appreciate Laney and what he does in the sales and service side of it. He is phenomenal. These guys, if you have any questions, and if you're just finding out about us, I want to point out one thing that we will do once in a while is we do have a face group of just our owners. We'll let a few people sneak in once in a while and ask them questions. Obviously, we hope we talk good about our company, but find out what our customers feel about it too. But thanks, everybody, and we'll appreciate it. We'll see you, hopefully, see you out on the road, maybe another live video or in person. That's what we prefer, is in person, where we can see you, talk to you, and you can get your hands on and touch machines.
Absolutely. And I just want to say thank you, Burl, once again for, joining, me again live. It's great when we get together and able to talk to our customers about these things. And thank you to all of the people who have participated with their questions. Hopefully we did not miss any of the questions. I'll go back and review. And if there are any missed, I'll be sure to answer those on Facebook, on our Digital Wood Carver Facebook page in the comment section, as well as in the comment section of the video. And Ronnie, I want to say we appreciate you too as well. And thank you for that compliment, Todd Roop and everyone. And I'll end with this. We love you too, Charlie Hall. So
you can do a show with me anytime. We had a pleasure out there in Baltimore.
Absolutely. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to leave you for the evening, but we'll see you at IWF. We'll see you at Boonesville, New York at the Woodsman Field Day. Houston, Texas, we're going to be there. Check out the website, www.digitalwoodcarver.com/shows for more show information, times, and dates. And until next time, we'll see you soon.